Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. My name is Adrian, and we're gonna go work in the salt farms down in Janktown. This is like the worst opening end. We're gonna mulligan this away. So we are playing some blue-black Infect. This is not much better, but we're going to keep it because it has at least black mana, and you can go to the bottom because we need another land. So we were playing, as I was saying, blue-black Infect. You guys already see this down here. Let's throw this down, and we don't have no first turn plays. So yeah, we're done. We're done. We're going to try. I'm going to see who is more salty. My opponent... Oh, our opponent might be playing blue-white control, which is not very good for us. But we're going to see who's going to be more salty. My opponent or me? My opponent because they have to play... me because I don't get a second land. My opponent because they're playing as Infect, or me because I have to play Infect. Yes. What do we got? Search for Asganta. Yeah, it is going to be blue-white control. I have played against a lot of blue-white control lately on MTGO, so not surprising, but it is a thing. Okay, there we go. Our opponent's tapped out, so we could just get in with like a Plague Stinger or a Blighted Agent. I think Blighted Agent is going to be the way to go. Cancel. Remember what time we needed blue? That is right now. So, Plague Stinger, I guess? Yeah, sure. Let's go that way. Let's go that way. And then we'll start playing stuff. We can't even play this. These two cards are dead cards in our hand right now. That's really fun. I like not having blue mana. Not having blue mana is the way to get super salty, I guess. Talking about salt, I wanted salt. I'm getting salt. That's what I'm getting right now. So, let's see. Our opponent is the one thing is our opponent has the ability to counter a lot of our stuff. Well, this is a thing, I guess. So, let's swing in with this guy for a whopping 1 Infect damage. Poison damage, if you want to get it correct. I keep calling it Infect damage because it's technically damage being dealt by Infect, but you're taking poison counters as you get Infect damage. Yeah, I know, it's very weird. And we could have Vampire Bite. Probably should have Vampires bitten our opponent. I think we're going to go Phyrexian Crusader and just force our opponent to get rid of a counterspell of some sort. I think that's the way we're going to go. I guess we could have actually played the Mirror and then played Vampire's Bite, because if he would have countered it, we could have Vampire's Bit. Vampire's Bit. Bite. Bitten. Very weird word. Has some strange conjugation. Bit, bitten, bite. One of the, exceptions to the rule. Here I'm giving you a class on, what is it? English 101. Here we go. So, Infect and English 101 is the name of the game today. So, opponent doing lots of stuff. Search for Asganta is such a good card. If you have a chance to get it, if you open them, keep them. They're really good. Oh, timely reinforcements. That's actually kind of funny. Good for our opponent, but kind of funny actually. We need. Blue seems really fun. So, I think we could just go Distortion Stroke. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go Distortion Stroke on our Phyrexian Crusader. And opponent lets it go through. Sweet. Go to combat. Attack with all of these guys. So what's that? It's going to be 3, 4... Not enough to kill our opponent. If our opponent doesn't play anything, if he doesn't do anything in response, we're probably going to just play Vampire's Bite. Yeah, let's just go like this. Bazanga, and our opponent takes 4, 5, 6, 7, down to 8. So we just need to do 2 more damage, which should be fine. He needs a way of getting rid of Phyrexian Crusader in order for him to not die via Infect damage. Maybe, I thought our opponent would be holding up counterspells rather than trying to put down little weenie blockers, but I guess I was wrong. This spell costs 3 more. Destroy target non-land permanent. He tossed it because that's not a very good thing to have in search for Asganta straight away. So it looks like we may win this one. We need to do 2 more points of damage, which we're not there yet. Oh yeah, we are. Never mind, I lied. Because Distortion Stroke has a rebound. Yes. Casting Distortion Stroke on Phyrexian Crusader, making it unblockable. Well, making it so it can't be blocked. It's kind of weird because there's literally a keyword that says unblockable, and this doesn't have it, which is a thing, I guess. So go to combat, attack with everything, attack with all creatures. That's our opponent taking 10 damage, and that's going to sideboard, I guess? Ooh. Does our opponent have a thing of wipe all creatures? Oh, he might have Settle the Wreckage. He has enough mana for Settle the Wreckage, so it could be... that doesn't help our opponent unless he has something. I guess not. I guess not. Okay, go to sideboard. We are playing against a blue-white control. Because we're playing against blue-white control, we can actually get rid of some of the Victim of Night. They don't need to be in here. They are not going to be as handy. We do want... Pithing Needle might be really good, because we could actually technically name... I don't even think we need that. I think it's literally going to be Dispel comes in. Throw in a couple Dispels. Do we need to take out anything else out of here? Hand of Praetos. We'll leave Hand of Praetos in just to be safe. And other than that, I almost think we're going to take out 2 Apostles' Blessing, because we're going to put in more Dispels. We know that because we're playing against a blue deck and it's going to be largely control, having a way of just saying, no, you're not going to play that counterspell on our stuff is probably going to be a better bet than us trying to say, hey, no, we're going to get protection from stuff. Because he's not going to have as much destruction. And if he's going to have destruction stuff, it's going to be Sphinx's Revelation. Is it Sphinx's Revelation? Yes. No. Words. Difficult words today. And by the way, I'm, like always, I'm recording first thing in the morning, and I didn't make coffee, so my normal day of starting with coffee is not a thing. I think we're going to keep this, actually. I think this is keepable. We need one more land. We need literally one more land, black or blue, and then we're going. So we'll have 2 draw phases before we start, so we should be safe. We should be safe. Keeping a one-lander is always a scary thing. There we go. And go to your opponent's turn. Yeah, so what am I thinking? I was thinking... Oh, coffee is what I was thinking. So our opponent plays Quicken. Okay, and Search for Azganta. Always good. Always, always good. I feel like I should go pick up a playset of a Search for Azganta. I don't have them, but I feel like I need them. And... I think we're actually going to run out the Blighted Agent just in case he does get some kind of blocker down. We actually can still just be swinging in for unblockable, because this guy also has the word can't be blocked rather than the keyword unblockable, which I'm just going to go off about it. It's so strange to me. They have a keyword for it. Why not use it? I guess I wonder if the keyword unblockable was taken out of their like regular usage thing. They felt it was too strange, maybe? I'm not sure. So we have 2 options here. We could either play the Phyrexian Crusader, or we could play one of these guys and hold up mana. I think we're just going to play Phyrexian Crusader. Because the big thing right now is whatever we play is probably going to be countered. So, yeah. Words. Let that guy do some small amount of damage. 1 point of Infect. Going to condemn this guy. Put target attacking creature on the bottom of the library. I gain life equal to its toughness. So it's going to go to the bottom. We gain a toughness. Now, our opponent, theoretically, may have any 2-mana counterspell. So mana leak and stuff. Which makes me not really want to play Phyrexian Crusader, but I think we're going to play Phyrexian Crusader. I think we're going to be as efficient on our mana as possible. Again, there's lots of things. Oh, opponent doesn't have nothing. Opponent has nothing. Wow. Not good for our opponent. Good for us. So, yeah. I was expecting him to have a mana leak at least. Mind you, 3 cards in hand. Yeah, a little bit less dicey. I'm assuming he would also throw in a ton of counter magic. I mean, that's the way he's going to beat us. He's either destroying stuff. Mind you, this guy here is fantastic. Protection from white. So his Path to Exiles that he would have put in his deck aren't going to be any use. Okay. Also stuff like Condemn. Protection from white. Remember that time you couldn't do anything? That's right now. And let's go to combat. Attack me with this guy. See if I get the 2 damage in. Anything else? I'm not going to buff it. I could obviously buff it with Mutagenic Growth. It has protection from white, so I don't think our opponent realizes that. Protection from white. We could Mutagenic Growth, but actually I'd rather hold this up. Actually, I could use it right now. Unless he has a counterspell. Yeah, I'm going to hold it up. And now, I think we play another Bladed Agent. Stuff that's unblockable is just easier. It's just going to be a lot easier for us to swing in. The second play would be Plague Stinger, followed by probably the Ikarakama Mirror guys, and then Flustermite. Those would be the kind of like the order I would want to play stuff in. This guy here is like probably the worst Infect card we have in the deck, but it is super budget, which is why we're running it. And the lifelink on it is just such a not necessary thing for the most part. So there's the Path to Exile, which is fine. We have a ton of guys in our hand. We're not in any rush. And what do we want? We could use another island, I guess, sort of, maybe. Now we get to play two guys. So next turn we're going to play Plague Stinger and the Mirror. Ooh, amazing. Amazing, amazing. Again, this guy here is just going to slowly grind his way in because he still has stuff like protection from this guy. He needed to counter this guy. This is what really needed to happen. And now we have a Dispel up, so our opponent is basically done sauce. The donest of sauces. So we're going to go like this. Swinging with the Phyrexian Crusader. Taking 2 damage. So our opponent is now at, what, 4 poison counters. And then I think we're going to throw at the Plague Stinger. And we're going to hold up the Dispel, so once he decides he wants to counter stuff or path stuff or do whatever, anything, it's going to be goodbye doggy. That's what it's going to be. It's the name of the game, how we do stuff here. So, yeah, this is, I mean, the deck is literally doing what Infect is supposed to do. It's just, how do I manage to get damage to our opponent's face and not interact with them at all while I do it, is kind of the name of the game. Which creature should I play in most best order? That's kind of that's what we're doing. That's my game plan right now. Okay. So our opponent ships it to us. Dangerous times are ahead for our opponent. Going to combat. Attacking with both these guys. If we go to blocks, I think we're going to Mutagenic Growth this guy. I think. Mutagenic Growth on the Phyrexian Crusader. Paying life instead of mana, because we don't have any actual way of paying for this. We literally have to pay life. Life or nothing. So if we're against another aggro deck, no bueno for us. Okay, so 4-5. Opponent gonna path. We are gonna Dispel. Thanks for coming out, but not today. I mean, getting more land is not a terrible thing. Oh, he's gonna double path. Okay, that's what you need to do, man. If that's what you need to do, that's super funny. We'll get more swamps. So he's double path. Sure. I mean, in 1 turn from now, you're going to be dead from Phyrexian Crusader, because you apparently have no blue mana bounce stuff, which I guess is actually relatively normal. And we'll throw down a Blighted Agent, because I have yet another one, even though I think you've... No, there's only one, sorry. There's only one. For some reason, I thought in my head, I was like, oh, I've already played 2 Bladed Agents. But it wasn't. I played the Plague Stinger and a Bladed Agent. Disallow! Oh my. Oh my, oh my. My day has been rocked. It is ruined. Ruined! There's my salt. That's what I need. So, this is my part of the salt. I had disallowed. When creature, you're not allowed. I don't see our opponent doesn't die though. Literally, he needed to counter this guy, didn't do it. And now the slow, painful, infecty kind of death is been upon our opponent. Sorry, dude. Sorry, indeed. I guess he has a Cryptic Command. Ooh. That's a nice one. That is a good option. Our opponent has managed to turn it around. 1 card in hand. Could be a counterspell. Possible. If we draw into Drowned Catacombs, always fun. We could actually play 3 things. That's an option. So why don't we do that then? Why don't we go 1-2, play the Mirror. Play... He's 1 card in hand. It could be a counterspell. Kind of unlikely. And why not? Let's go for it again. Let's see if our opponent has a counter. He doesn't have anything. Not yet, at least. So now we have lethal on board. Does our opponent have stuff? Does our opponent have stuff? Phyrexian Crusader are going to be the bane of our opponent's existence, by the way. Again, as I keep saying, I would like 4 of this in the deck, if you were actually going to be playing the deck. 4 of it is the top of your curve. You're going to get him out. Really hard for most modern decks right now to deal with him. So basically, they need to either have... they need to have something that's not red or white, which is going to be largely black, and it's going to be probably... I mean, even this guy's pseudo-protected against Fatal Push. Tap all creatures. That's fun. Like, pseudo-protected against Fatal Push because your opponent needs to actually have had something leave play in order for it to actually work. We could play more of these guys, but I think we're actually just going to hold up. We're going to give our opponent another turn. Because if our opponent does get something like... it's not Sphinx's Revelation. It's it's one where you destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated. What's it called? I haven't played in like 6 weeks. Well, I mean, I haven't played Modern in 6 weeks. So that's probably more accurate. So I don't remember card names right now. Mostly because my body doesn't have its intravenous drip of coffee right now, which is proving to be quite difficult in my brain's department of remembering what card names are. It's the one where it destroys all creatures. It's a Supreme Verdict is the exact card I was thinking about. So yeah, that's why we didn't play these guys, for the record, because I was scared of Supreme Verdict. Sphinx's Revelation is where you draw cards. It's like pay X, it's what, X white blue blue or X blue blue white, which I don't remember right now, and you get to draw X cards. Well, we got to play both these guys and see how this plays out for all of us involved. Okay, let's see what happens. There we go. Supreme Verdict. Supreme Verdict. Destroy all creatures. It cannot be countered. Very good card, even for 4 mana. I know 4 mana when you think is like, oh, 4 mana is a little bit outside of like what you would want to be playing. It's an expensive card. It generally can get the job done still. So, our turn. Does our opponent have another Cryptic? Yes, already spent 2. Not yet. And let's actually play, I don't know, Distortion Stroke on this guy, I guess. Because we can. Which means he can't activate Celestial Colonnade and block one of the guys. He can't block this guy. And then go to combat. See if our opponent has another... He has a Cryptic. He has a Cryptic command. Now, do we play the Phyrexian Crusader? No, we don't. Again, we need to hold up because he likely has either 2 or 4... he has between 2 and 4 Supreme Verdicts in his deck. Plus, he may also have other board wipe cards. So, we're going to hold up. We're just going to wait. We're going to wait. I'd rather hold up Phyrexian Crusader and play it. So, exile target black. No, target black or red permanent. That's a nice one for opponent. This is a very nice one. He needs to get rid of both of these things. You have protection from the named card, so he's going to name the Mirror. The Mirror. Is that what he names? I'm assuming he names... I can't even pronounce this card's name, by the way. I have no clue how to pronounce this. Ikarakla? I don't know, whatever. I give up. It's like, it was actually probably the most fun story. Yeah, so he names the Mirror. So that's probably like one of the most frustrating things about making the deck tech video for this is I just couldn't pronounce and still can't pronounce about half of the names of these cards because they have all the weirdest names. Yeah, I guess we'll play it on this guy even though it's not really gonna do much. And yeah, they just have so many weird names. I guess playing this doesn't really do as much. We might as well run down this guy. I'm assuming our opponent may have a counter at this point. Opponent could hold up any kind of variety of counters. Mind you, he's played 3 of his 4 Cryptic commands. Quicken. Okay, so he's going to try and draw a card. He's trying to get something to deal with Phyrexian Crusader. And did he get it? No. I mean, technically, he still has 2 mana, so if he did get, oh, he didn't have nothing. He had nothing. Nothing was had. See if our opponent has an out. He needs a blue, so he's just gonna probably like play all of the draw stuff as much as possible. I mean, he has 2 Think Twices in the grave, so he can actually basically draw two more times, and he has enough mana for it at this point. We have enough mana. Heck, we have all of the mana comparatively. So he's going to Azcanta? Uh-oh. Cellar Wreckage enters the revealed card zone. Sad day for me. So our opponent has Settle a Wreckage in his hand. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Well, we can't swing through Settle the Wreckage. Because Settle the Wreckage, for those people that don't know, exile all attacking creatures target player controls that player may search his library for a basic land for each one of those cards. The thing is, again, this doesn't target, ergo it can still blow up Phyrexian Crusader. So we don't attack in. Because this is... Because what does this thing do? This is, look at the top 4 cards of your library, you may reveal a non-land, non-creature card and put it into your hand. Yes, so he has Settle the Wreckage in his hand. Huh. That's no fun. I mean, good for our opponent. Like, bravo for our opponent, but not very good for us. So we need a way of getting through that. I mean, if we get Livewire Lash, it'll be good. I mean, that's one way of us potentially getting through all this. Especially when he plays a 2nd Rune Halo. That's really bad for us. Okay, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. We do have ways around this. We do have ways through this. Not the end of the world. The one way, if he didn't have this, we could have held up the Dispel and dispelled the Settle a Wreckage because it's instant speed. Vampire's Bite also doesn't help us because our opponent has protection from Phyrexian Crusader at the moment. Okay, well, ship it to our opponent's turn. We're in the holding pattern game right now. Not doing anything. Which is fine, just fine. It's sometimes stalemates are a good way of mining salt, so we're gonna go that way. Mining the salt, and he's going to use Azcanta once again. Disallow gets put into his hand. He is basically buffering his hand with all of the stuff that is going to make us have a bad day. So I don't see how we come back from this yet. I don't yet see how we come back from this. But we do have a couple things. Playing Swamps is not the way we're going to do it, though. I mean, again, we do have Livewire Lash, which if somehow we manage to resolve, would be rad. Because then it allows us to do 2 damage from something, somewhere, someday. And there's Sphinx's Revelation. That is bad for us. The thing is, our opponent also only has 11 cards in their deck left. So, technically, we could just hang out. It depends if he wants to Celestial Colonnade. If he's going to start swinging a Celestial Colonnade, that's going to slow us down a lot. Or that's going to put a pretty heavy clock on us. Yes. We need a flyer to deal with this guy. Which we don't have at this current time. We do not have. And I took out the removal stuff because I was like, oh, we don't need removal. Whatever. Yeah. Opponent's down to 11 cards in the deck. We might manage to deck our opponent. If anything, that might be how we win. Mutagenic Growth. Again, not a card we need. Do we play the Mirror? Nah. No, we don't. We ship it to our opponent's turn and let him do his thing. Again, can't attack him with either of these guys. Because our opponent has protection. So you can't be the target, dealt damage, or enchanted by anything named. So it's such and such and such. Elixir of Life, not really sure why our opponent's playing it. So maybe just play... Oh! Because shuffle Elixir of Life and your graveyard into your library. That's going to basically be game for our opponent. I think our opponent has got us at this one. 6 cards in hand, hold up a couple of counter spells. Man, our opponent's got it. We should be able to. We should have been able to race our opponent down. But I think we're going to have to go to game 3 and see if we can't find a way of turning this around. Again, that doesn't really help us. Well, go to our opponent's turn. I'm literally just. I'm hoping to draw into anything at this point. I mean, Livewire Lash. I don't see how we were going to resolve any of these things. Is the big one. So opponent refills his library with all of the stuff that was in his graveyard, which is not very many lands at this point. I guess there's some lands. Yeah. Yep. So yes, and yeah. So and just trying to think. I mean, we have 3 Livewire Lashes, which could, if we manage to resolve one, can kill our opponent. And we also have the Infect Lord. Drowned Catacombs is not going to be it. We also have the Infect Lord that if we draw into him, he can also theoretically kill our opponent. So deals a player in the form of deals damage. So it's still theoretically dealing damage, so you can't. It is protectioned. More Celestial Colonnade. So if we draw something this turn, that's gonna be rad. If we don't, then we're in a world of hurt. In a world of hurt. Which I think is what we're gonna be in here, because I don't have any way of bouncing this thing or killing it. We are drawing into a concede and go to sideboard. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else we should be sideboarding in? Is there anything? Serious Injection, no. Vapor Snags, meh. Duress technically might actually be a pretty good idea. Oh, and our opponent says he's got to go. So it was a 1-1 game. I felt like our opponent felt the salt. We felt the salt. Salt was had by all. Until next time, though, my name is Adrian. This has been GiantMonsterGames. You're watching me play Blue-Black Infect because I want to be different and I don't want to play green, except for Mutagen Growth in an Infect deck. Until next time, though, don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the videos here on Giant Monster Games. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader Giant Monster Games community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here or right here.